So once you have been on the BMR calculator and you have figured out exactly how many calories you need with exercise, you can go in and start calculating your macros. So for me, because I work out 6 to 7 days a week, I need 2,084 calories. Okay, so everyone's number is going to be different, but you're going to see this. Let me make it a little bigger. So I'm going to do this. Hopefully it's clear for everyone, and I am happy if you text me to help you if you're stuck. So this is how many calories I need, but I want to do a cut. So if you are wanting to gain muscle, you're going to actually add 5% to this number. If you are wanting a cut, a safe cut is 20%. So you can either multiply it by 0.8 and get a number, or you can multiply it by 0.2 and then subtract that number. So if we multiply it by 0.8 is 20%. I'm going to show you up here on the calculator. So I've got 2,084 calories, and I am going to multiply it by 0.8, which is 20%. My cut, is going to equal, if I can type, 1,667 calories. I'll just round it. Okay, that is my cut right here. This is my magic calorie number. Okay, so a lot of you are familiar with calories. Now, macro stand for macronutrients. Every food you eat has a macronutrient. It either is made up of a carb, a fat, or a protein. Now, I weigh 126 pounds. And my goal is to eat that amount in protein. Now, if you weigh more than 150 pounds, it's going to be challenging to eat more than 150 grams of protein. So if I were you, I would calculate, okay, this is me, this is Carrie. If this were you and let's say you weighed 200 pounds, I would calculate for a 150 pound or maybe 160 pound person, okay, that is going to be, say, anybody that weighs over 200 pounds and is doing the cut, I would just get put in 160 pounds, and that is going to equal, you're going to try and get 160 grams of protein, okay? So for me, I'm going to take that away. I'm 126 grams. Now, we learned that every gram of protein equals 4 calories. That's the energy it used. That's just a fact. There's no guessing in that. So 126 grams of protein times 4 is going to tell me how many calories is going to consume out of my 1,600. So we're going to clear that out. 126 times 4 equals. So of my 1,600 calories, 504 calories come from protein. Now, I deal with thyroid issues. If you have a thyroid issue, you're going to multiply your weight times 0.04. If you do not have thyroid issues, you can multiply it by 0.3. But I'm going to multiply mine by 0.4. And we're going to see what that comes to. 126 times 0.4 equals. So I should eat 50 to 51 grams of protein, right? No, sorry, fat. This is fat. Now, let me space this out a little bit. How do I know how many calories? For every 1 gram of fat, that equals 9 calories. So I'm going to take 50 and multiply it by 9 to figure out how many calories I times 9 are going to be made up of fat. 453.6, okay? So I have got my protein and calories here. Oops. I've got my calories of fat, and I'm going to add the two numbers here. 504 plus 453.6 equals, okay, So I'm going to take that number, I'm going to add, and I have 953.6, all right? So I've got this number. So what I'm going to do is take my original number here, my goal, my cut weight, and I am going to subtract this number here, my fat and my protein and calories, 953.6, and this is going to help me figure out my carbs. So I've got 1,667 is my calories, minus my fat and protein combined, 953.6, equals 713.4. Now, I know that I've got to take this number, and for every carb, every gram of carbs equals 4 calories. So 713.4 divided by 4 calories equals, so we've got this number, we're going to divide it by 4, and I can have 178 grams of carbs. Okay, so if I were going to look at this or wanted to write it out, I can have 1,667 calories a day. I can have 126 grams of protein. I can have 50 grams of carbs. And fat. That was fat. And I can have 178 grams of carbs a day. So then what we're going to do here in the next video is I'm going to show you how to download MyFitnessPal and plug these numbers in. This is going to take a little bit of a learning curve. Now, if you hate numbers or you are not a perfectionist, and I'm in that category, the two numbers you're going to want to pay attention to on a daily basis are going to be how many calories, staying within this calorie range, and making sure you get your protein. I know a lot of people, this is the only two numbers they focus on. If you want to fine tune it, you pay attention to your fat and your carbs. But for some of you, for the start, if this is overwhelming, I would spend the next 2 weeks staying within your calorie cut or gain, depending on what your goal is, and hitting your protein every day, and let go of these numbers here. Okay, I know that's not everyone's personalities, but this is going to be key to getting you started.